Hey everyone, we are at Epcot tonight. We are in the Japan Pavilion and we are going to have dinner at Takumi-Tei.
We are so excited. So this is actually going to be our first time doing any kind of dining experience here in the Japan Pavilion.
Yeah.
And what we've heard from our friends is that this restaurant is phenomenal. They've told us nothing but great things. Not to mention the themed rooms as well. We just have a general reservation tonight, so we don't know if we're going to get in one of those themed rooms, but we're excited regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you've been following our vlogs for a while, you know I'm not a huge seafood person, definitely not a sushi person, but I'm feeling adventurous tonight. As Steve mentioned, our friends have said great things about this, so we are so excited.
Can't wait for this. Let's do this. We were greeted just outside the door and had an amazing presentation about the theming of the restaurant. Went through all the different elements and come to find out that we were going to be dining in the paper room. So here we are in this beautiful room, all themed after the history of Japan with paper. Our waitress also came by and explained the menu to us, and I definitely gravitated towards her description of the whiskey. She walked us through all the different flavor profiles of the Japanese whiskey. We're probably going to start with a cocktail, but I might gravitate to one of those single pour whiskeys because her description makes them all sound amazing. And as she completed that, they presented us with hot towels to cleanse our hands for this exciting night.
As Steve mentioned, we're starting with cocktails, and I decided to order the Yogan. This is Haku Japanese vodka, spiced ginger beer, and lime. Now, the way it was described, it's almost kind of like a mule. Let's find out. Oh yeah, it's very much like a mule, very light, very refreshing. This is a great way to start the evening.
To start my meal, I decided to order Sakura Jima. This drink includes Kaio Japanese whiskey sour with smoked cherry wood. So I'm very excited about this cocktail because she did say it's going to have a great presentation with the smoked cherry wood in it, and it's a little bit of a sweeter cocktail flavor from the whiskey. Should be pretty good. Perfect. So they weren't joking about the presentation of that cocktail. That smoke box is absolutely awesome. Here we go. Oh, that's really good. So it was described as a whiskey sour. Definitely get that, but I love the hints of the smoke on top. This is a delicious drink.
So I just tried Steve's cocktail. I actually like it better. I think it's got a better flavor profile. Mine is very, very good. Like I said, it's like a mule. I do feel that the flavors are a little muted. I just feel like it could have a little bit more of that ginger flavor. I like Steve's a lot better. What's really cool about this restaurant is that the menu is very traditional in that you've got your appetizers, you've got your main entrees and your desserts, but it really seems like they're renowned for their Omakase Tasting Menu, which is a 7-course prefix menu for $150. This looks incredible, and it gives you kind of like a good all-around experience of the restaurant, so I think we're gonna go for that. It's gonna be a lot of food, but we're very excited.
So as a amuse-bouche, definitely light, definitely refreshing. Get a little bit of crunch, almost like a celery flavor to it, but I think it's daikon. And the flavors are overall pretty smooth. It's a good amuse-bouche. We are moving right into our second course, and with that provide some sushi. We have some chef-selected oceanic delicacies, and I'm pretty excited about this. Nervous for Mike, but I'm sure we can manage through this. But we got a couple different options in here. Some of my favorites in here, like Toro's in here, Unagi's in here. That's why I'm a little bit nervous about Mike, but we'll see how he reacts. This sushi is so good, so fresh. Some of the highest quality sushi I've had in a long time. This is absolutely delicious.
Yes, I am very nervous about this, but we'll see what happens, right? I'm not very good at eating with chopsticks, so please don't kill me in the comments when you see me struggling here.
I can tell you we're not a big sake. That is really unique. It's great food sake. If you by itself, it's actually
I'm very impressed. That was actually very, very good. Had a lot of really good flavor. It tasted fresh. It didn't have a weird fishy taste, which I would not like at all. I could definitely do more of that one.
Yeah, you can find it again.
Yeah, see what you think. See if you like that, because it's very subjective.
So bad at this.
You might have.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
I've had some that cost $200 a bottle. It's like a $10 bottle better. It tastes better to me. So it's also a matter of subjective. It's like
This is delicious. I love it. No, seriously. I know I'm beating a dead horse here. I do not like sushi. I mean, I didn't think I did. This has actually been very, very good.
So what we did forget to mention is that there's an option to actually add a wine and sake pairing to this menu. We opted not to. We tend to not like sake as much as most, but that means that I'm going to order another drink. So I'm going to do the Yamazaki 12-year single with whiskey stones. Very excited about that.
Japanese chai, typically used.
And for my next drink, I got the Kami. This is Roku Gin, White Lily Sake, Calpico, and Lychee. Alright, so here's my Kami. She said to be very careful and to only pick it up by the actual martini glass. I love this little origami piece here.
Three things.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really good. But this is one of those dangerous cocktails because it's so sweet, like good sweet, but it's very fruitful. It's almost like fruit juice. This is gonna go down way too smooth.
We're moving into the next course, and this is the Wagyu Short Rib on top of bone marrow with some unique dips and dressings to accompaniment it as well. It's pretty good, it's pretty tender, but it definitely requires some of the sauces as well to bring out the flavors. On its own, it's a little dry, but the sauces definitely make the flavor profile much better. And like I said with the bone marrow, it's so flavorful, so rich in flavor. That is amazing.
I have to agree with Steve. I think this short rib, the flavor is there. It's really, really good. It is a little dry, so definitely the accompaniments help. I will say this, I am kind of like in a love-hate relationship with bone marrow. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I'm not crazy about this one. It has a very strong flavor, and the texture can be a little off-putting for some. So if you're very much on the fence about bone marrow, I don't think you're gonna like this one. But I could be wrong, but the short rib itself is very, very good. So next we have our palate cleansing course. This is a ginger sorbet and a cucumber cube.
I was right. What did I say?
Wow. That was very good, and that definitely cleansed my palate. It's like a jolt of flavor right in one bite.
It's a very good palate cleanser. Definitely refreshing. I'm ready for the next course.
So here I have the kochi. This is Yoto Uzu citrus sake, rum, fresh mint, uzu juice, and orange. It's definitely in the same vein as a mojito, more orange than mint. Very refreshing, very light. This itself is almost a palate cleanser. It's really good, I like it.
We finally made it to the main course. I'm excited to say this is the one I'm most excited about. On our plate we have A5 Japanese Wagyu, American Wagyu, and some sides to enjoy along with the flavors. They did say that to expect that the A5 Japanese will definitely be the star of the dish. Can't wait to try it.
Alright.
What is the movie? Spirited Away. It is Japanese.
Wow.
It's spirited.
That is so tender and delicious. The flavors are phenomenal. This is amazing steak. So this is the American Wagyu. Between the two steaks, you could definitely tell a little bit of a difference. I think the first one is far more tender, but the second one definitely has that, I hate to say it, very American style steak that everybody loves here. So I think you're going to enjoy both of the different flavor profiles here.
Very, very good. Very tender, a lot of good flavor. I'm really enjoying this.
That main course was phenomenal. We are definitely getting full here, and I think we have at least dessert course left and maybe a tea service, so hopefully it's a light dessert.
I am definitely slowing down. I've actually got a good amount of the Japanese Wagyu left. It's so flavorful. It's so rich though, so a little goes a long way. I'm not sure if I can finish it. I will. I'm gonna finish it. So we are on dessert now. This is the water cake with a yuzu crumble and blackberry sake sauce. It's got an interesting texture. It's very gelatin-like, so it's kind of like eating Jell-O. But it's nice that they give you the black grapes and the yuzu crumble because it allows you to kind of get different textures and different varieties with each bite. It's pretty good. It's very, very light, very light. It's a very nice way to end such a rich dinner.
As a final step for our amazing dinner here at Takumi-Tei, they did a traditional matcha tea service for us. So they prepared it tableside and told us the rich history behind the tea and made it right in front of us and then showed us the proper way to actually enjoy it. And as you can see from the footage, it's an amazing experience and the tea's absolutely phenomenal.
All right, so that's gonna wrap up dinner for us at Takumi-Tei.
Yeah, as you can see, we're not in the restaurant anymore. We unfortunately closed down the park with the restaurant.
We had a later reservation, which I thought was interesting. Our reservation was at 8:15, and the park closes, Epcot closes at 9 o'clock. So even if you have a later reservation, you can still get the tasting menu, and then you are escorted out of the park when you are done. But we had an amazing time. That was a great dinner, definitely something different. And we've heard some people say they would liken this to Victoria and Albert's. I would strongly disagree.
I completely disagree with that.
I would say it's more on par with like a Monsieur Paul in the France Pavilion.
Agreed. So it's definitely a more formal experience. You definitely have more courses that come around to your table. But it's certainly, in my opinion, not as I don't know, formal, luxurious.
Yeah.
I don't want to insult, but it's just not quite Victoria and Albert's in our opinion.
Right. You don't have to wear a suit jacket. It's not super stuffy. Because let's not lose sight of the fact that it is inside the theme park.
Correct,
so, yeah. But don't let that dissuade you. The food was amazing.
And if you're like Mike and normally you don't like sushi or fish, this is a place to try it because the quality is phenomenal.
I loved it. I was telling Steve, I think I actually liked the sushi course more than the short rib. But all in all, a great evening, a great dinner. Highly recommend. I would definitely go back.
Certainly.
Yeah. So let us know, do you have plans to visit Takumi-Tei? Let us know in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe. And from our magic family to yours, enjoy.